July 2011 Care for Cows in Vrindavan remembering Sundari prayers to Lord Gopala Care for Cows in Vrindavana CFC Trustees Kurma Rupa Dasa Hansarupa Dasa Vra Mohan Dasa Hrivalabha Dasa Radha Govinda Dasa Amit Dulani Patrons Mahanidi Swami Maharaja CFC Staff Kasina Sudana Dasa Bra Gopal Dasa Swits Puri Maharaja Radhapati Dasa Hari, Vij, Ravi, Sukumar, Santosh, Teprakash Ajit Editor Kurma Rupa Dasa Care for Cows in Vrindavana is inspired by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada founder Akriya International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Dear friends, I found an article by Gary Trude. Of course we don't approve of the violence inflicted on cows in modern dairies, but the report underscores the great benefits of milk. There is something you could take today that will cure most preventable diseases. It's dairy products. Yes, the humble dairy cow holds the key to curing Americans' health problems. It is a fact that has been known for centuries. Putting good food into our bodies is good for us. Dr. Robert Heaney and his colleague David M.C. Karen analyzed hundreds of scientific research studies spanning 2 decades. The studies covered obesity, hypertension, type 2 diabetes, coronary artery disease, stroke, kidney stones, osteoporosis, colorectal cancer, and pregnancy-related complications. What they found was that all these studies had one thing in common. An increase in dairy product consumption either reduced the onset of the condition or improved the condition. Jaya Shri Guru. Jaya Shri Gopala, Jaya Shri Gomata. Care for Cows Care for Cows in Vrindavan is a charitable trust registered in India, USA, and Switzerland. The CFC staff remembering Sundari the benefits of having a house cow. I left Vrindavan 1 month ago, and while my travels have been rewarding, I feel strange and a bit embarrassed to admit that I haven't seen one cow so far. Of course it is my fault since I've been in big cities all the while. My hosts have been most gracious and it has been great to connect with old friends, but I must admit my mind often runs to the abandoned cows of Sri Vrindavan, especially Sundari. Sundari wanders in Madhuvana colony and has made several friends there. At times she arrives at my door in the evening, and after filling up on the grass and hay I always keep for her, she settles down for the night in the garden. Sometimes she gets a better offer and does not come until 5:00 in the morning. After I welcome her, she proceeds straight to the kitchen door to see if there are any pots to wash. She especially likes to clean the pot I use daily for making yogurt. Though she doesn't use conventional pot scrubbers or detergent, she scrubs the pot spotless. She is the most efficient pot cleaner I've ever had. She then fills up on whatever else I have kept for her and then relaxes in the garden ruminating until noon. I always keep a bucket of tap water for her and she invariably drinks half of it, leaving the rest for me. The Mahabharata states that when a cow drinks from a tank of water, the remains should be considered Ganges water. She always leaves enough water in the bucket for my noon bath. Sundari always leaves plenty of gobar in the garden after her daily visits, which I use for fertilizing the garden. Alternatively, the dung can be dried and smoldered for smoking cheese. There are innumerable uses for her gobar. Prayers to Lord Gopala. Text 1. Sri Narada said, I offer my obeisances to Sri Krishna, whose complexion is just like the color of a newly formed monsoon cloud, whose eyes are as beautiful as the blue lotus, who gives pleasure to the gopis, and who appeared in the form of a cowherd boy. Text 2. His bluish curly hair is nicely decorated with peacock feathers and he wears a garland of forest flowers, such as the kadamba. Text 3. His curly hair swings to and fro over his cheeks. His broad chest is decorated with a necklace of large pearls. Text 4. His entire body is illuminated by the light reflected from his golden ornaments and diamond crown. His garments wave in the gentle breeze. Text 5. As he plays his supremely enchanting flute, manifesting the most wonderful sound vibrations, the hearts of the cowherd damsels are repeatedly overwhelmed by attraction for him. Text 6-7. He is like a honeybee that relishes the nectar from the lotus-like faces of the gopis. He has aroused their transcendental passion by bestowing upon them his sidelong glances. He is surrounded by young gopis who are very attached to him and who are dressed in a most attractive manner and decorated with beautiful ornaments. Text 8. Sometimes, Sri Krishna enjoys conjugal pastimes in the black water of the Kalindi. Sometimes, he enjoys mock fighting with his cowherd boyfriends, and sometimes, he leads his friends to the pasturing grounds. Text 9. Sometimes, he sits under a kadamba tree in the forest of Vrindavana, and sometimes, he enjoys the cool breezes that kiss the water of the Yamuna. Text 10. Sometimes he sits on a jeweled throne at the foot of a mountain filled with gold, and sometimes he enjoys pastimes on a golden altar in the midst of many desire trees. Text 11. Sometimes he goes to the enchanting Govardhana hill, where the atmosphere is saturated with the fragrance of innumerable flowers that blossom in the spring. There he enjoys Rasa Leela pastimes. Text 12. He lifted Govardhana hill with his left hand, like an umbrella, and thus counteracted the torrents of rain sent by Indra. Text 13. When Sri Krishna joyfully plays upon his flute, producing an enchanting sound, all of the calves and cows stare at him with unblinking eyes. Text 14. He is always surrounded by his cowherd boyfriends, who continuously sing his glories and imitate his behavior while carrying sticks and ropes in their hands. Text 15. Sri Krishna is constantly being glorified with select, pleasing words by great sages, such as Narada, who are expert in the understanding of the Vedic literature. Text 16. When one meditates on Krishna in this way and offers this prayer to him with devotion 3 times a day, he certainly becomes pleased and awards one with the fulfillment of all his desires. Text 17. Such a sincere devotee becomes very dear to the ruler of his kingdom and the object of affection for all living beings. He comes to possess inexhaustible opulence and becomes a most eloquent speaker. Thus ends the translation of the 6th chapter of the 4th Radha of Sri Narada Pankaratra. Aditi Sathialino Yershova Amit Goswami Amritpal J. Singh Ananda Morataya Ananga Manjari Dasi Anjali Wallstrom Anapali Kuka Anarada Kavelamadai Ariel Telford Avinash Biravolu Benuni Uranyana Sharma Bani Hamdi Karl Stella Herzog Chandriska Pasupati Christian Kastner De Cesar Muldanal Kalabay of Derek Carol Devender Kumar Dryavara Samapriya Dmitri Barishev Doyal Govinda Dasa Duryavan Kania Kendra Dasa Elena Emilenko Elena Nikafrav and Eli Vickers Ellen Kurarian Virajanovic Evgenia Paseknik Goranga Priyadasi Giridhar Ki Valya Sundari Harish C. Balak Harshal Tripathi Jason Hopkins Johan Wallander Joseph Allman Joseph Frankel Julian Meeder Kamesvari Devaki and Yamara Weathers Kanhaya Dasa Kantilal Shivlal Karina Vorob Jovakitri Waterman Krishna Priyadasi Lilia Toneva Lucy Matinan Luciano Namino Mabel and Emily Hartley Madhava Priyadasi Madhavi Gunchu Pali Maya Indra Wheeler Mandira Mani Shri Govinda Mark Kenzer Mark Lee Mariel Valerio Mupur Champakalata Padma Michael Mesheris Minikton Ramadasa Nalini Gagar Narasimha Rao. Make house stay in front of me. Make house stay behind me. Make house stay on both sides of me. May I always reside in the midst of cows. Hari Bhakti Vila 16.252. The cows send their heartfelt thanks to those who assisted during June 2011. Thank you from the cows. Nayan Rupareli Nityananda Prince Page and Damian Nils S. Chunpadal Irina R. Meager Rahul Sharma Ra Ramadasa Ram Dhirananino Ram Estadasa Rasa Mandala Devi Dasi Ravi Shyamala Kakalyo Ravi Gopal Rishi Dasa Rohina Sudha Dasa Rose Boko Sandesh Sindiri Sanjeev Keswani Shannon Spurlock Smruta Saward Kaur Shrado Rakamar Srinivasan Gainasan Swadajanovic Swan and G Svetlana Sanatina Tracy Melina Tusta Stephanie Venkata Venkateswaran Vij Sharma Vikas Shah Vinod Krishan Balan Vivek Balujo Yanavalkya Dasa